Hello, lovelies, and welcome back to Love Life with Court. This is our first episode of 2024. Can you believe it? As always, I'm your host, Courtney Irving, and today we are going to be talking about challenges from the universe. And before I get into that, a little side note, I don't know if you can tell, but your girl is getting over a flu, a cold, a sickness that knocked her on her ass. I was so sick for the past week. Found out I have bronchitis. I slept more than I've ever slept in my entire life. And I definitely think it was like a learning experience from the universe to just slow down and take time for myself. And I'm really trying to embody the mindset of doing less is more this year, because I definitely think the past few months I was overexerting myself, which caused me to get as sick as I am. And I just want to take on this new year with such a different mindset that I can get done when I want to get done, but I don't need to do as much as I was doing. And I think this definitely was like a challenge or a learning opportunity that the universe wanted to show me to just slow down. And it felt quite fitting to talk about that more in today's episode. So before you listen to today's episode, I really want you to have an open mind, because some of the aspects that I'm going to be diving into, it's just more, you have to really embody that spiritual aspect and perspective. So before you even listen, just get into that mindset that what I'm telling you, you need to be really open-minded to. So like I said, we're going to be talking about challenges from the universe in relation to manifestation. So when we manifest, a significant aspect of manifesting is proving that we are deserving, and it is up to us to choose if we want to give up or prove that we are ready to have all these amazing things that we are manifesting and claiming in our life. What we can coin this as is being tested by the universe. And I always look at any experience that I'm having, and if it's not desirable in my life, I always try to think is, what am I being tested on, or what is this challenge that is being served to me that I need to show that I'm deserving, or that I am resilient in whatever circumstance it may be. So today we're going to be looking at ways that the universe may challenge us, and understanding that the universe wants to know if we are ready for what we are asking for, and not just that we are deserving of it, but that we are prepared for every element of our desires, because some things that we desire, it may not always be all good. For example, if you're desiring abundance in terms of financials, well, having a lot of money may not always have its benefits. It could have a lot of downsides. What we're going to look at is different ways that we are challenged by the universe, and also how to respond to these challenges. So let's get started. So first things first, and one way that the universe challenges us is taking things away to see if we can stay positive and tap into our spiritual power. And that understanding that energy is never lost, but only transferred. So when certain situations arise and we may lose something or someone, and the universe may see, how do we respond? Is it in a positive aspect of understanding that this is my life path and everything happens for a reason? And are you relying on that spiritual power and influence to get you through that situation? Another way that the universe challenges us, and this is number 2, is like I just talked about earlier, financials. The universe will test our ability to handle and manage small amounts of money before giving us large amounts of money. And this is something that I'm always keeping in my mind, is whenever I'm spending money, I used to be very careless with money. I think we all were when we were younger. When I was very careless with money, I felt like any money that I had coming in, I was deserving to spend it. But now how I look at money is that any money I have coming in, I am deserving of that money, and I will save it until an opportunity arises where it fits my desires. The way I'm spending it fits what my desires are, and it aligns with my manifestations. For example, I'm doing podcasting and content creating full time now, and with that, I need to be a lot more conscious of how I'm spending my money. But most recently, I've wanted to dive into YouTubing. So the money that I have saved up, I've been putting to creating a studio in my home. Like I said, the universe will evaluate if you're responsible enough to receive such a large amount of money and receiving that abundance. Number 3, in ways that the universe may challenge us, is feeling doubt and fear, or what I coin as imposter syndrome. So for a while, and this can be if you are trying to take a new leap in a career or in a relationship or just in a new opportunity, feeling fearful or doubtful of what you are manifesting and if you are deserving of that. And this is an opportunity to evaluate what limiting beliefs you may have of yourself and find ways to overcome them. If you are fearful of getting into a new relationship, well, what limiting beliefs do you have of yourself that makes you feel that you are not deserving or making you feel fearful of that relationship? And evaluating ways that you need to overcome that. So if you feel that you are not deserving of that, well, what makes you feel that way? And what are things that you can introduce into your life, like positive affirmations, self-love practices, that removes that feeling of doubt and fear? And you can apply this to any aspect of your life that you may be feeling doubtful or fearful of, especially in relation to what you're manifesting. Now, number 4, in ways that the universe challenges us, are changes in circumstances. Now, this can be things like losing your job, going through a breakup, ending a friendship, changing in living situations, and using this opportunity, just like I talked about with feeling doubtful and fearful, using this opportunity as a time to practice adaptation and resilience. I talk a lot about resiliency. It's literally one of the key words on my cover art for this podcast, because when it comes to manifesting, resiliency is so crucial. When things don't go your way, you need to find ways that you can overcome that and become more powerful and confident in yourself, as opposed to the opposite. When things don't go your way, doing the poor me, we don't want that. We want to adapt and become more resilient in that situation, which is harder said than done. But this is just another way that the universe challenges us. I hear so many times from people that are heavy into manifesting that before they had such an amazing opportunity and had their manifestations come into fruition, they had really shitty things happen to them prior to, like losing their job, going through a breakup. Especially with ends of friendships and breakups, sometimes the people that we surround ourselves with are not people that want us to succeed, and that energy will influence what we are manifesting in our life. Number 5 is setbacks or changes in course. And this kind of falls into changes in circumstances. What you desire may take longer to materialize than expected. And this is a way for the universe to test your patience and persistence. So instead of looking at a situation as it didn't happen, so it's not meant to be, an important reminder when you're being tested is to relinquish control and shift your beliefs from it's not meant to be to that you are simply being tested to prove that you are deserving of the amazing things that are coming your way. Good things take time. It doesn't happen overnight, and this will allow you to fall deeper into the foundations of manifestation because you're keeping in your mind that it will happen. It's just not meant to be in this moment, not overall. Number 6, and this is the last one, is adaptability challenges. So being adaptable to changing circumstances is a crucial skill in overcoming challenges on the path to manifestation. And this kind of falls into everything that I just talked about, but it can be as simple as weather changes, traffic delays, technology issues, last-minute cancellations, changes in work tasks, or it can be as complex as unexpected expenses, health setbacks, changes in personal relationships. But it's crucial that you are embodying these key aspects of manifestation, like things like patience, persistence, resilience, adaptation. Now, when it comes to adaptability and needing to adapt to certain situations, this is where some people fall off that wagon of manifesting and staying in line and staying on path with what they desire. So now what I'm going to give you are 4 tips on how you can respond to challenges or events where you need to adapt. Number 1 being practicing gratitude. Gratitude is so crucial when you are new to manifesting, and not just new to manifesting, but along your whole manifestation journey. And this can be a simple example as being stuck in traffic and being grateful that you have a vehicle that allows you to get from point E to point B safely. Number 2 is acceptance. So challenges are a natural part of life, and resisting challenges simply promotes more suffering for yourself. When anything comes up for you, when you spend more time thinking, why did this happen to me? Or what could I have done so that it didn't happen? All it's doing is inflicting more suffering upon yourself, and overcoming that and just accepting that this is what happened. Like the other day, I needed to go to the clinic, and I went to 3 different clinics. Every single clinic I went to, they were like an hour wait. I went to the next one, they were like 2-hour wait. And I was like, oh, I should have just stayed at the first one. And then when I practice acceptance and gratitude that I'm just grateful I have free health care, I went to my next clinic and it was literally a 10-minute wait. When you are staying positive, that's when your manifestations come into fruition, and when you are also accepting where you are right now, but working towards something better. Going back to being stuck in traffic, I'll practice gratitude, but I'll also say it's okay that I'm stuck in traffic right now. I'll stay positive that I'll get there when I need to get there, but I'm also accepting that this is where I need to be right now. Maybe if I had gone up the road a little bit, something worse could have happened, and this is connection to a higher purpose. So how does this event align with my spiritual journey? And like I said, if I'm stuck in traffic, maybe along the road I avoided a life-threatening car accident, and that's probably one of my biggest calm downs when I'm stuck in traffic, living downtown Toronto. Whenever I get stuck and I need to get somewhere and I know I'm not going to get there on time, I'll just claim that I'll get there on time. I'm going to stay positive, and if it does not happen, it is because it's not a part of my course right now. I'm not going to force it, because one time your girl did force it and she got hit by a transport, so we're not doing that again. Number 4, last one on how to respond to challenges where adaptability is crucial, is positive affirmations and intentions. But using affirmations in any situation can shift your mindset, and setting positive intentions can guide your actions and responses. So those are ways that you can respond to challenges where adaptability is crucial. And to go back on the ways that the universe may challenge you are things like taking things away from you to see if you can stay positive, financial setbacks, or just in general, financial influence on your life and how you handle small amounts of money to be deserving of larger amounts. Feeling doubtful and fearful, or having imposter syndrome, like what you have in your life is not meant for you or you're not deserving of it, and identifying ways to overcome those limiting beliefs. And then we have changes in circumstances, so things like losing your jobs, breakups, friendships, and using this as an opportunity to practice adaptation and resilience. Another one is setbacks or changes in course, and understanding that this is the time where you need to be patient and persistent. And last one, adaptability challenges. And we just talked about that. The 4 different ways that you can respond in situations where you need to practice adaptation are things like practicing gratitude, acceptance, connecting to a higher purpose, and positive affirmations and intentions. So that's today's episode. That's our first episode of 2024. So I think it was very fitting for starting the new year off, especially for those who are claiming this new year as the one that is going to change their life. I'm claiming that this is going to be my first $1 million this year. And also understanding that I need to keep the idea that the universe will challenge me before these amazing things come into fruition. I hope you guys have the most amazing week. And as always, we will see you next week. And don't forget to not only be kind to others, but also be kind to yourself. Until next week, I love you all.